Well, it's no secret that I am obsessed with cheese, so it's very cool cracking our wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And now we're with Ashlee, who's a deli manager here at Hy-vee, and we're going to be pulling some mozzarella cheese.
That's right, we are.
And yeah, so what is pulling mozzarella?
Pulling mozzarella, when you first get mozzarella, it comes in a curd form. So we've got one back here. This is how we get it. It's a nice big curd, and then we let it sit out for about half an hour so it warms up. We're going to stash that over there. And then we cut it into kind of, inch by inch pieces. That way when we stick it in with the hot water, it has more area to warm up, and it warms up a little faster than just sitting on it. You'd be waiting forever if we stuck that in warm water.
Right.
But what we do is we cut it into the pieces, we'll stick it in the bowl, and then we douse it in salt. Every cheese kind of has salt as part of its mixture. Well, because this is so fresh, it doesn't have as much salt as a lot of the other cheeses.
Okay.
And that salt also helps kind of preserve the cheese as it sits there. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll stick some Mott's curd in a bowl here. And then what we do is I'll have you take the salt there.
Okay.
And I'll get some in mine as well.
And you do this for all the mozzarella that you guys sell
We do
here?
this
Wow.
for all this fresh Mott's that we sell, yes. We'll, and some of it comes in prepackaged for us, and that's been through this process already.
Okay, yep.
So what we'll do is, and it's a lot more salt than you think. The cheese, it looks like a lot of salt, but the cheese will only take in so much of that flavor.
So you can't really add too much.
You can't
right?
really add too much, because as you sit there and you wash it, as it sits in the water will dissolve some of it. The cheese will only take up so much salt.
Okay.
So what we do is we've got that now, and then our water here we have heating. When the water, you went somewhere between like 175 and 185 degrees.
Okay.
It's hot. I always layer up my gloves. So then what we'll do, and we try not to pour it straight on the curd so the curd's not melting. I pour it on the side of the bowl.
And is this something you could do at home?
You can do it at home, yes. So and then I'll have you use the spoon, I'll go in, or you can use your hands, whatever, depends on how hot you like it. And you just kind of stir in the salt. It kind of helps it dissolve, yeah. And it is hot. Mott's is great on just about everything, and the reason we pull it is cheese is very kind of granular, but Mott's is they call it a falata cheese. And so you have to stretch it to kind of get all those molecules to line up, so it's that stringiness that you think of when you think of like mozzarella cheese curds or the fried cheese sticks.
Yes. So if we didn't do this, then it wouldn't have kind of that stretchy quality.
It wouldn't quite have that stretchy, stringing quality.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
So you can kind of feel it start to soften up from that different texture.
Come together a little bit. Oh, looks like marshmallows. I feel like I'm making Rice Krispie treats or something.
It does. It kind of does feel like that. So what we'll do is we'll come over here to the sink and kind of just drain off water. We'll get that one.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's not quite as recognizable.
Right.
At this point.
At this point, it's more of almost like kind of looks like cottage cheese, but melted. Yeah. So we'll go with our second bath. And this kind of just gets it a little bit warmer. It gets it to the point where it's a little easier to stretch.
Okay.
So this, then you kind of want to start kneading it, make sure it's kind of in a ball, like the bread dough.
Okay.
And this is when you start feeling the heat a little more.
Yeah, I do.
Because you dip your hands in it right away.
Whew. And what do you like to pair your fresh mozzarella with?
I like it on paninis or pizzas. A little fresh pizza, you get you can either make your own crust or get a pre-made crust.
Yeah.
Some fresh tomatoes, fresh basil, fresh mozzarella.
That's the best.
And then you bake it, and then when it comes out, I like to drizzle a little balsamic glaze over the top. So it's kind of like a caprese salad in pizza form.
That sounds great. So yeah, this is really smooth now.
It's really smooth. So what we'll do is we'll kind of make sure it's in a ball and grab the middle of it, and it'll kind of fall out on you. You'll have to, woo! Mine maybe got a little too warm. And you'll just kind of let it, here, mine's gonna break apart here. We'll have to get it a smaller batch.
It does, it looks exactly like taffy.
It does look like taffy. And then you just kind of let it fall on either side of your hand and just kind of let it pull. And you want to pull your entire ball out. There you go. And you kind of grab the bottom and you just loop it.
Is that right? Okay, so then, oh, I see. Then I got the center there.
And just kind of let it stretch and pull, and then you loop it again.
I don't think I'm doing this right.
Nope, you're doing just fine.
And so you kind of let gravity do the
You
work
kind of let gravity do the work for you, and sometimes I go and.
How cool.
And see, it's kind of, you can see where it's kind of lining up here. It doesn't look so lumpy anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
You see the stretches and the stringiness.
And so how long do you do this? And I guess
Just until it all kind of, like, you're perfect now. So we'll kind of bunch it in, again, just like bread. We'll kind of bunch it into a ball here. Kind of like we're kneading it in our hands.
Cool. Yeah, I like how you can see the
You can see the lines.
like fibers on those.
Right. And then what you do is you kind of stick your thumb up in it and then pinch, take it around and pinch a ball off. There you go. And you'll have a ball.
Mine doesn't quite
It does take some practice. So what we'll do is we'll put it in the ice bath here, and that just helps it set up.
Okay.
So it's not a flat disc.
Sure.
It actually stays
Melts
in
into
ball
it.
form. Yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll let it sit in here for about, usually about 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
Kind of let it firm up, and then we go wrap them. And we'll just kind of, roll it up in the thing, knot it in back, and there's your mozz that we'll sell.
So cool.
Fresh mozz here at the store. We'll give you a fresh mozzarella.
Love
You
that.
can't beat the taste of warm, fresh
The
mozzarella.
warmth, yeah. Oh, this is so cool.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you'll be able to sell this, but I tried my best.
You are just fine. Okay, and there you go. The best mozzarella ever.
The
And
best
it is so
mozzarella
much
ever.
better when it's fresh out of the bowl warm. So yeah, you can't go wrong with freshly
Oh my gosh,
freshly
that
stretched
is-
mozzarella.
That is awesome.
Yum.
That is awesome. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
This is awesome.
Well, it's been a blast.